Hi, welcome back to Real Auto Reports right here from Real Auto Ranch. Today we have the 2014 GMC Sierra. This is all new for 2014. It has some pretty cool features. So in this Real First Impressions video edition, we're going to tell you what we think on, well, first impression. So let's take a look. All right, so from the front, what you're going to notice first on this 2014 GMC Sierra, well, at least I think, is the new front light housing and grille design. You've got these lovely LED positioning or running lights actually on this truck that come on when you start the vehicle, and then you have your high intensity discharge headlights. It really makes a statement at night when you pull up because you have these lovely lights here on in the LEDs and then the single bulb discharging gives a formidable impression when it pulls up. Then you have the new grille, of course, your quintessential GMC badging. This is probably one of the most simple badging of the General Motors line because it is still just letters. So they've kept to the heritage. It's full front and center. I like the chrome accents and the wide egg crate style grille, so you get a lot of air through the nose. And of course then you have your color keyed bumper accents, your chrome, and your park assist, which are actually in a more satin finish than the chrome. So you have a lot of detail up here. Of course, your tow hooks and fog lights. It's a neat squared off truck design, and I like it. I like how they've evolved this over the years. It's gotten back to its square heritage. When we get to the side, you'll see the fender flares, and of course the insets in the hood giving it some interest. Good looking truck, and for 2014, one you should consider, especially considering all the other ones on the market. Let's take a look around the side. So from the side, of course, you're going to notice that this is an upper end package. It is the SLT Sierra, and it's got really cool features like the steps on the bumper and the rails on the bottom of the truck, the step rails with the chrome accents. You've got your chrome door handles, 20-inch chrome wheels, protection on the side of the bed that even says GMC in it. It's just a plastic covering. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. You have, of course, your large four-door cab, so you've got the shorter box on the back, and then the chrome mirrors, which actually have turn signals and are power folding, so you can fold them in and get into tighter spaces, or perhaps your garage, depending on where you're parking it. It is, well, it's a truck that you know says, I want a little bit of luxury, but I still want to be able to haul things. And indeed, it can still tow right about 12,000 pounds as equipped, the max towing. Now, its payload is going to be close to 2,000 pounds in this setup. Not bad for a truck that, well, is trying to give you the finer things of life. And in this blue color, this metallic blue, gives a nice, soft, but colorful impression. So it's not bright red and jumping out at the police, but it's still a truck you feel like you can go to a gathering in or a nice dinner and not have to switch out to the sedan. Let's take a look at the back. All right, so from the back, of course, you're gonna have all of your badging. Brand badging is important, big GMC. You have your model and your package designations here on each side. You're also gonna have cool features like the rear camera. Now, what I like about this is it's tucked back into this housing for the drop lever for the tailgate. And what I like about it is that it doesn't really get into the visuals of the back of the truck. You almost don't even know it's there. You also have your locking tailgate, of course your built-in trailer hitch components so that you've got your trailer wiring. Remember when we get into the inside that I'm going to show you the built-in trailer brake in the dashboard. So you've got your tow hitch, your park assist in the bumpers, the step bumpers that I already demonstrated. And one of my favorite features on this truck, because it's been a long time coming, and we didn't even see this 5-6 years ago, the soft drop on the tailgate. And I like that because I can also put this tailgate up with a soft close in one hand. No more of that, oh God, I gotta close the tailgate, which unfortunately is how our personal 06 Dodge Ram is. But it's paid off, so, well, we'll have to see about getting a new one of those. But this truck is nice. It's got the cladding here on the top of the tailgate, and I like the way they've squared off this whole truck for 2014. It's continuing the previous generation. Really, the outside is just a refresh, but I think it's one of the nicer trucks on the road and really gives the Dodge Ram a run for its money, which is a pretty cool looking truck itself. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, so from the inside, this truck really in the SLT package is looking at luxury. I mean, that's what this truck is trying to get at, because you've got all of these neat features: memory seats, power fold-in mirrors so you can pull into your garage easier or tight spaces. You've got your built-in trailer brake right here so you can grab it and test it. It'll tell you the gain. You can set it right here from the dashboard. Really cool. You also have your four-wheel drive controls. Remember, this will have a part-time four-wheel drive in an auto mode, and then you can go full four low, or all the way back to two-wheel drive only, and you can set all of it. And I think that's really cool. It lets you make the choice. You've also got your auto headlights and your fog light control right below that. Everything's pretty easy and intelligible in this truck, and I like it. Yet GM has done an upgrade on their switches. They don't look quite so plasticky and big and bulky. Even the window switches look better than they have in previous generations of these trucks. The center stack with the navigation and the touch screen is really good. It's easy to reach. It's set well in the center, and it doesn't seem to get too much glare on it, which is a problem with some of these vehicles with these large screens. When you get the sun on them, you just can't see anything. You've got your dual climate control and all of your switches here under the center stack, which will include your adjustable pedals. You'll have your park assist, your cargo light, which is an important feature and easy to find, traction control, and the lane departure assist. Now remember, I also said that this has heated and cooled front seats. Oh wait, no, I didn't mention that, but it's a good point. These leather seats get hot in the summer in these trucks, and the cooled seats for both front passengers is pretty ritzy for a pickup truck. And then to have the heated seats, which are actually a two separate stage. You can do back and seat bottom or just back. That's a pretty cool feature because it is even more advanced than some of the mid-tier luxury cars we look at. You're going to have crash avoidance on this as well, so it'll warn you if you're not paying attention or your attention is diverted. So it'll try to keep you from running into the car in front of you. The other features in this truck are, well, there's a lot of them, but the other one I want to mention is the power sliding rear window, a neat feature. So we'll give you more details in the real review, but let's take a look under the hood. All right, so under the hood is the 5.3 liter V8 engine. This is new for 2014 and has the active fuel efficiency management system. Basically what they're trying to say is that you have 4-cylinder, 8-cylinder technology in this so that it will collapse the valve train down and allow you to run on 4 when you need it, and then back up to 8 when you have to have the extra power. And it'll even give you that gauge, setting. It'll tell you which mode it is in if you're looking at the color display in the instrument panel. It's one of the different trip computer functions. It's going to be about 355 horsepower, get 16 to 22 miles per gallon, so 16 city, 22 highway, giving you an EPA estimated 18 miles per gallon combined. And GMC says this is class leading for this size of truck and the size of engine. And we believe it because we've compared it to the Fords and the Dodge. I was going to say Chevy, but it is a Chevy basically. And it is a couple miles per gallon better in each of those categories, and definitely very good out on the freeway. So it's a truck you're going to want to check out if fuel efficiency is on your list of needs. Now, the other thing is that I can tell you it is a very smooth hydromatic transmission. It is a 6-speed, and it does have a manual shift mode and trailer brake mode. So this is a cool truck. It looks good, and it's even functional in the technology under the hood. And who says you can't have a V8 these days? Let's see how this truck drives out on the road.
All right, so hitting the road in this 2014 GMC Sierra, well, this is a neat truck. From the moment that I got inside and saw the redesigned interior, I thought, gosh, hope it drives as well as it looks inside, because this does have the newer 5.3 liter V8, 355 horsepower, 383 foot-pounds of torque, and let me tell you, You turn the key, and yes, you do have to turn the key, but you put it in drive, 6-speed hydromatic. It has great action. It has a little bit of lag in the downshift, but not as bad as a lot of the cars out there that we've driven. I mean, it is pretty quick in that, so I would say that it's better, and the other ones are good. Most transmissions these days are pretty good, and where you're going to see the most lag, if you will, is in the downshift, and we notice that straight away. But good power out of this vehicle. I mean, you can kind of get that little bit of rubber off when you really jam on the accelerator. Of course, you've got traction control and auto 4-wheel drive and everything. We'll have to play more with that. You also have, of course, you have lovely steering in this vehicle, and I guess I was really surprised. The steering is smooth and fluid. It's got a nice weight to it. It feels variable enough that when you're parking, this does not feel like a beastly thing to park. You've got all of the features like park assist. I like the way that it drives out on the road, and with these big 20-inch rims and wheels and tire package that it has, I find that it rides well, holds the road well, and really absorbs the bumps. I think the suspension setup on this half-ton, on this Sierra SLT, is excellent. It rides well for your passengers, and indeed I've had up to 5 people in this just to test it out, and it has been excellent. We'll definitely have to give you more details on the real video, the real review, because some of the things that I noticed is like in the manual shift mode when I tried it out real quick, that's where you're going to have your kind of nitpickiness, because the manual shift mode doesn't actually do what you want it to do real time. If you're on the gas harder and you're trying to shift it up, it's not going to shift up. So it's not exactly listening to exactly what you want. It's going to be smarter than you, and that's kind of a trend in these transmissions. But all in all, pretty good truck here from our first impressions, and I can't wait to drive it more and see what it has to offer over the next few hundred miles. So make sure you come back and check that out, and we'll have the wrap-up coming up next.
So that's the Real First Impressions video edition on this 2014 GMC Sierra. This is a 4-door short bed pickup truck. It has about 355 horsepower coming from the all-new V8 engine. And some cool features about that are the 4-8 technology that it has, so that you will get better fuel economy. So it drops you down to 4 cylinders and takes you back up to 8 when you need it. There are other cool features on this truck that we liked from first impressions, including the soft drop tailgate and the lighter tailgate that is easier for people to close. You also have your rear backup camera and a totally new dashboard that, well, to quote a friend of mine who was in the truck, wow, this looks European or Japanese. Yes, GM has really done a good job in this GMC of bringing up the quality. At least that's what we think from the first impressions. Now, this is going to be the upper end with the chrome wheels and the running boards and all the bling, and it'll set you back right about $49,000 as tested. But we're going to have to give you more details in our real video, the real review, so make sure you come back right here to Real Auto Reports, right here at Real Auto Ranch. I'm Jonathan McGrew, and we'll see you down the road.